So how many roots are in an equation? So we can have an equation with well, typically the equation that I'm going to talk about is like a polynomial. So let's say we have x to the 9 plus 9x to the 8, and these can have any coefficients and they'll go on, right? So how many roots are in this equation? So we can safely say that there's definitely going to be 9 roots. But and why is that? Because the highest degree in the highest degree is the number of roots. Okay, and basically we just look at the first term if we're listing in descending order, and whatever that degree is, that's the number of roots. But there's one important thing to note is that not all the roots are going to be real. So we're going to have real roots, and then we can have imaginary roots. Imaginary, like involving negative radicals, right? So the important thing to know is that the number of real roots can be from 7, right? They can be 9, they can be 8, they can be 7, all the way up to 0. But for imaginary roots, they have to be even. They can only come in pairs. For example, that will actually limit the number of real roots we have. So if we have 9 real roots, then we have 0 imaginary roots. If we have 8 real roots, then we have 1 imaginary root. But we can never have an odd number of imaginary roots. We can only have an even number of imaginary roots. So we can never have 8 real roots, and we can never have 1 imaginary root. And the reason we cannot have 8 real roots is because if we have 8 real roots, that means that we have 1 imaginary root. But this is not possible. So that means we can have 7 real roots and 2 imaginary roots. And 2 is even. So that means that this is a possible case. Okay? And so that's the idea. We can have all the way up to 1 and 8. Right? We can have 1 real root and 8 imaginary roots. So that's how we know the number of roots in an equation.